Hey guys, Cobb here. Today we are going to be looking at quarter step bends. I'm going to start by playing an excerpt from Dream Theater, In the Presence of Enemies. This lick uses 3 or 4 quarter step bends. So for me, quarter tones sort of do 3 things. The first thing they do is they add the push at the very end. If you establish that you're only going to reach a certain note, and then you add a quarter step bend right after that, it sounds like you push just beyond that limit. An example of this might be if I were to play that with a half step bend, still sounds good, and it's still the top of the lick, but when you play that half step bend, it sounds like there could be more at the end. When I establish that this is my highest note, and then I come up to this note, you know, it sort of defeats the purpose of a lot of what I was doing up here. It gives you a little bit of like you're pushing just past the edge kind of sound. The second thing it sort of does is it adds a creaminess to your bending. Take that Petrucci lick. That is to me one of the best examples of a quarter tone creaminess. You play with the half step coming up to the E, it still sounds fine, but when you play with that quarter step, it's got just that little bit of, ooh, what was that? It makes people stop, it makes them think, and anytime you can do that is a good thing. You can, I mean, in other places as well, if you were to I did a sort of just a slight bend and then the quarter tone and then the half step, just so you could sort of hear the difference between the 3 different ways. Those first 2, I put them both in quarter tone bends. Any bend that is bringing you back to the note that you played as opposed to moving up to the next note. So there's that. The third thing they do is they add ambiguity and thus versatility. If I were to play a G pentatonic lick and start on the D sharp, it sort of makes you want to play that note again. If I were to play the blue note, and I never come back to it, it sounds a little weird. You go, well, wait, what was that note? If I play the quarter tone, you never actually have to come back to it, but you can. So there's a couple of possibilities with it. I think it makes you more versatile. You can do the quarter step bend into that half step bend if you wanted. I've never really tried that, but it seems like something that you could have a lot of fun with. So yeah, that's really it for this lesson. Nothing too crazy. Um, so quarter tones, things to remember when you can use them, or when you can use them anytime they're appropriate. But when they're sort of at their peak effectiveness for me, when you're trying to get that little bit of when you want that creamy sort of sound as opposed to just another bend, or when you're trying to keep your note choice ambiguous. And that's really it for this lesson. I've got a bit of a gigantic blister on my hand. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this lesson off now. Keep those things in mind whenever you're soloing, even when you're writing, a lick or a riff. These kinds of things with quarter step bends can really add a lot to your playing. So in the meantime, always practice with the metronome. Always have fun, my usual spiel. Be more versatile when you play. Quarter step bends really help you play versatile. Yeah, I think that's it for me, so I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe Monday.